Aloha kākou, this is DJ Kano, and we're back in Division 2. It's been a little while since I posted a video, so it's due time that I create one. And in good fashion, I'm going to be putting together a build. So this is going to be a how I make my build video, and what I'm going to be putting together is a DPS LMG build. The idea came from a new friend of mine that I made online. She is pretty somewhat ish new to the game, not really, but kind of sorta, and she's really into the LMGs for now. So I decided I was going to try to put a DPS build together. Maybe it can be something that is helpful to model from, and it'll be used in the raids. So that is a big key component, trying to figure out which pieces to use that will be good for the raids. It's going to be squishy no matter what. That's unfortunately something that may not be able to be avoided unless we can farm for very particular pieces. But let's see what I got in the stash, see what I can throw together. And I'm using my second alt character, my third character, because she does not have in a dedicated LMG build. My other two characters have an LMG build. I think I called it the Coyote King. It has 3-piece striker with the Coyote's mask and blah 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 blah. I have a video that I posted a while back about it. But this one, I'm trying to do something a little bit different. Let's see if I can find pieces in my stash that are not striker centric and see what we can do. All right, nobody said pineapple. We're gonna keep going. Let's get into it. Go to the stash. All right, hurry up, run faster. Jeez. All right. So let's see what we got here. First of all, how do I make a build? I'm going to go over the process, what I do, what I'm thinking of. I've done this before, and I'm just going to reiterate a little bit of it. First things first, you want to look at what your talent is going to be. So I'm thinking, especially for the raid, the typical common talents that are used. Some people will run glass cannon. Yes, a lot of people don't like to run glass cannon because it makes you too squishy, but it is really good for high damage. So glass cannon's an option. The other option would be obliterate. Let's actually go to the table and take a look at these talents while we're talking about them. All right, over to the table, recalibration, the library, and we're going to go to chess pieces and talents. All right, so the first thing I just mentioned was the glass cannon, which is 25% amplified damage, which is really good, but you take 50% more. So it makes you ultimately very, very, very squishy. Moving on to the other one that I would be suggesting is the, where is it? Obliterate. Obliterate is very nice. It's crit based, so are raid builds. So crit hits increase total weapon damage by 1% for 5 seconds, stacks up to 25 times. So you can get up to 25%. Very similar to Glass Cannon. Glass Cannon you get off the bat, Obliterate you have to build up to, but the end result is the same. So Obliterate is pretty nice, especially if you're shooting a lot. The other one I would recommend would be Unbreakable rather. When your armor is depleted, repair 95% of your armor. Cooldowns are 60 seconds. This is great because it really helps you in terms of defense, but it doesn't require to use a defensive armor piece. You don't have to use like Bellstone or Badger Tough or a blue piece. You can have it on a red build, but it gives you just a little bit more backup. One other thing that I don't myself personally use, but I do have a buddy, shout out to Dixie, who does use this. This is Intimidate. So you could use your Intimidate, and if you're getting bonus armor either from a teammate in the raid that's using Vanguard, or if you get it from, I don't know if anyone runs Memento backpack in raids, I haven't seen that, but Dixie runs the Adrenaline Rush. So while he's running up to ads, he gets the extra bonus armor for protection, plus while the armor is active, he gets 35% weapon damage versus 25. So that is another option. So I think because we want to have a little bit of freedom with the backpack, I'm probably not going to use Intimidate. I'm thinking Obliterate, or if I can find something with Unbreakable. So either one would be good. I don't think Glass Cannon. I don't think my friend that may be using this build or modeling a build after this will want to use Glass Cannon because it's way too squishy. So we're looking at Unbreakable or we're looking at Obliterate. So let's see if I can find stuff with that. Let's take a look at backpack talents really quickly. So talents on the backpack, what might be good. Combined arms, not so great because we're trying to avoid using skills in the raid. Let's see what else we got here that I'm going to skim through this really quickly. Vigilance is usually really good. There's no downside to using it. You only get benefits, which is why a lot of people use it. As long as you don't get hit, you get 25% off the bat. Of course, as you see, if you do get hit, then you're going to get a slightly um, decreased weapon damage for 4 seconds. You're going to lose 25%, but you get it back as soon as the 4 seconds are up. So vigilance is something I really would like to look for if we can. Let's see. Companion wouldn't be too bad because if you can run like a drone just that's hovering next to you, or because you're going to be relatively close quarters with your teammates in the raid, Companion does give you weapon damage by 15%. That is a big deal. 15 is not the biggest, but it's not small either. So 15% would be okay. Adrenaline rush is what I talked about. Whenever you're within 10 meters of an enemy, you gain 20% bonus armor, so that's not too bad. Probably not going to use that one. Unstoppable force. Killing an enemy increases total weapon damage by 5% for 15 seconds. Unstoppable force wouldn't be too bad either. It's not ideal. It's not one that a lot of people run, but it is based on weapon damage. So every time you get a kill, which you are killing things, you better be killing things if you're in the raid. You increase weapon damage by 5%, and it stacks up to 5. So another one that gives you up to 25%. So unstoppable force would be very nice as well. Let's see. That would be the ones that I'm thinking of. I mean, there could be so many others that you could try, but I'm probably going to choose for this particular build either Vigilance or Unstoppable Force. All right, so let's see. Those are the talents. So whenever you make a build, whenever I make a build rather, you can make a build however you wanna. This is how I do it. Whenever I make a build, I look for the talents first. So I'm gonna see if I can find the right chest and backpack with the talents I need, depending on which brand piece I have. Okay, let's take a look at what I'm talking about. So organize it not by new, but by brand. Okay, so I'm looking at damaged base pieces. I'm looking for a damaged build. So I'm going to avoid 511. I'm going to avoid Alps. I'm going to avoid Badger Tough. These are the wrong colors. I'm looking for things that are red. I'm also going to avoid Araldian Aces. These are sniper build pieces. I don't want marksman rifle or headshot damage. I don't need that in the raid necessarily. Unless you're like really, really good, you probably will not have too much time to be sniping anyway. So moving on, we're going to go to Eclipse is normally yellow. Skip Eclipse. Fenris is usually pretty good. Fenris is not bad. Assault rifles are good for the raid, so we might consider the Fenris, but not this piece. It has perfect Overwatch, and well, perfect Overwatch isn't bad, but this happens to be DZ exclusive. This is not something that she probably has access to right away. Grupo, this is another one that's a named item that you can't change the talent, so maybe not this one. Grupo would be a very good piece. Unfortunately, I don't have a spare one to use because 15% crit hit damage is amazing. So Grupo would be a good piece to use, but I don't have one to use. Let's see. Overlord wouldn't be too bad either. This one happens to have rifle damage, and if you have the Baker's Dozen, the classic M1A, that is a pretty good rifle to be using in the raid. It hits really, really hard. It's got good range. It doesn't have too much recoil or kickback, so it's pretty good. It has Headhunter and skill damage. So what I could do is I could keep the Headhunter, but it's not the talent that I'm looking for. And I could change the skill damage to crit chance, or I just got to deal with the skill damage and change the Headhunter to the ones that I was mentioning, either Unbreakable or Obliterate. I do have Petrov. Petrov would be amazing. It's LMG damage on number one. And even if I had a two-piece Petrov, 10% weapon handling wouldn't be bad either for the raid. Three-piece wouldn't be bad. Wouldn't be too bad either. 20% ammo capacity would be good too. But it has glass cannon. So Providence, I've already rolled it. I can't change it. It has Intimidate. Providence again. This would actually be pretty good. And I think I'm going to use this piece. And what you might be thinking is, well, it has 15% headshot damage. Well, that we let that go if we can get two more Providence pieces. So I could actually have 10% crit hit chance and 15% crit hit damage, as you can see if I have a three-piece set. So this probably is the best chess piece I can find to make this build, at least on me right now. So I might use that Providence. Let's go see what else we got. Sokolov isn't the worst, but it's SMGs, so it's not helping you if you're looking for an LMG build. LMGs, SMGs, they shoot rapidly in a similar fashion, just one's closer range, one's farther range, one has more ammo than the other, but they're similar, so SMG wouldn't be the worst. Y'all gear, Seska. Oh, this is the piece I want. Forget that other piece, the Providence, because one piece of Obliterate will give me crit hit chance, and it's already there and it's maxed out. So that'll be the one. Oh, I have another Obliterate. What the hell am I doing? I'm hoarding good pieces here, people. All right, so I think I'm going to take this Obliterate chest piece right here. Perfect. I'll take that Seska, put it on right now. Why am I my inventory so full? Did I not deconstruct things? What am I doing? So unprepared to make this video. You can tell I didn't even empty out my inventory. All right, I got space. I got enough space. Moving on. Moving on. Seska's on the bottom. Oh, I have Providence. Shoot, other good pieces that I forgot that I had. Okay, we put on the Seska piece here. Seska, Cheska, I'm not sure which way to say it. I'm just going to say Seska or Keska, Seska. Back into the stash. Backpack. So I'm looking for something with potentially vigilance or maybe unstoppable force if I can find it. So I'm doing the same thing. I'm looking for red pieces. You really don't want to put anything that's not red in the raid. You don't want anything that's not red. If you are running anything that's not red, it's not impossible to continue using it, but it might make life a little bit more difficult for you. This is not bad. This is a Petrov piece. It is not bad at all. LMG damage, as you can see, weapon damage, headshot damage is not the worst thing to have. And I got crit chance, and I got companion. So what I could do is I could keep companion for sure. Like I said, that'll give me 15% by being close to my allies or a skill, or I can um, actually take off the talent and deal with the headshot damage. If I keep companion, I can change headshot damage to crit hit chance, crit hit damage. So I don't know yet. Let me see what else I got first. So this one, nope. So the gift. Oh, I do have something with vigilance. Vigilance. All right. I have a Sokolov with vigilance. Where did this come from? Why am I keeping these pieces? So maybe I could do this SMG here, this Sokolov, only because. Oh look, I have a Seska too. So two-piece Seska would make no sense though in this case. I don't really need hazard protection in the raid. So this is the only reason why I'm going to opt against using that Seska backpack. Let's go back up to, it's either going to be this Sokolov here, or it's going to be that other piece. Where is it? Did I pass it? Or it's going to be the Petrov. Ugh. Let's go with the Petrov. No, 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 no. They both have headshot damage. It doesn't really matter. So, yeah, let's go with the Petrov because Petrov makes sense. Let's put that on. Put it on. Petrov. Petrov. All right, and then I'm going to go and roll that afterwards. So I have the two pieces. So my two pieces are good. So again, now that I know what my brand is, because I have an LMG damage Petrov piece, I'm okay with a second piece of Petrov. I'm also okay with maybe a Grupo, Providence, whatever it is. So I would also recommend, I think my friend has this already, is Contractor's Gloves. It is a Petrov piece. I have an all red one instead of a blue one. So here's the damage to armor. Very, very nice for the raid. 10% weapon handling. That'll be great if I'm going to be using, oh yeah, I'm going to change my gun. What I do want to use is the Bulletking. And as a backup, because I don't know what my backup is yet. Usually something backup because the Bulletking will be something that is long range. I want something to be somewhat close-ish range, so maybe like an AR, which is an all-range kind of gun. Shotgun is a close-range gun, so it really doesn't matter too much. Just something that you're comfortable with, I would recommend. So what I'm usually comfortable with as my secondary would be the rail splitter, but I don't think my friend has that. We're gonna stick with something like the carbine 7. It's semi-common, so I'm with the carbine 7 on as my secondary. All right. Your pistol at this point doesn't really matter. I don't know guys that use the pistol too often in the raid anyway. Okay. Um, let's see. I got 3 pieces out of 6. So now Fox Prayer knee pads are always going to be good. So if my friend doesn't have that, I would recommend we get some for her. So I put that on there. And because I have 2 slots left, what do I use? If I use Providence, it would be headshot damage and then crit hit chance, but I already have chance from this. So ideally, I want a Grupo holster, or I want to get maybe a Walker Harris, because Walker Harris would give me 5% weapon damage. So let's take a look at what we have for Grupo. I don't have any Grupo holster. Tragic. All right. Wouldn't be the worst if I had another pair of Overlord, because I get 20% accuracy. And you know what? Because I have this piece, I'm going to give it a shot and see. Oh, no, no. I was talking about 3-piece Petrov. This would be good, actually. Which one do I want to try? I want to try the Petrov. All right, let's go to the Petrov. Petrov. And let's go. Oops, wrong button. And then now I'm looking for a Grupo mask. Let's cross my fingers. I hope I have a Grupo. Fenris. Nope, I don't have a Grupo. Did I use up all my Grupo stuff? What's wrong with me? All right. So collab. Oh, you know what? Since I don't, since I'm using what I'm using, I'm gonna just stick with the coyotes. Yep, that's fine. That's perfect. Okay, so one last thing I gotta change. Well, make sure reviver high for the raid, and maybe we'll change it up to. Let's just put on the turret for the raid. Okay. Because I'm running LMG build, I probably would use the gunner. Let's take a look at the gunner. Every third reload is 50% faster. That's nice. Killing enemies grants 10% armor. That's nice. Killing multiple enemies without resealing trigger adds 3 to the ammo bar, excluding specialized weapon. Killing multiple enemies without resealing the trigger adds 1 to a group member's ammo bar. So you get ammo for killing multiple enemies without releasing the trigger. That's fine with the Bulletking. That's perfect. Generate 10% ammo capacity every 60 seconds. That's also very nice. 10% weapon handling while not moving. You need to be motionless for 1 second. That's very nice too. So that's the reason why I would probably use the gunner with the LMG build. So let's go ahead and activate this. Skills are good, weapons are good, specialization is good. Everything is sound. Perfect. Let's take a look at my stats here. I'm running 53 chance, not bad at all, and only 89 damage. That's not really good for the raid. That just tells me since I have above 50% chance anyway, let's go ahead and add damage mods. All right, damage. This is my alt character. Forgive that I only have 11.6, 11.7. All right, so that one. So mods are on. Let's take a look at the stats now. 124 crit damage. That's a lot better. All right. So 124 is still not the best. Usually guys want to have like 150, but you know what? This thing will spank. I am very certain of it. So we're going to keep it at what it is. Let's go take a look at the recalibration station. I do want to change my backpack talent. So backpack talent, we're going to change this out really quickly over to the, what did I say I was going to use? Not combined arms. I want vigilance. All right, vigilance is what I want. Double check this. That's rolled already. That's rolled with weapon handling, which is nice. That's fine. That's done. Weapon damage. Yep. So I'm getting a little bit of weapon handling, which is very, very nice. I wanted that because I want to be able to have my LMG be a little bit more accurate. So I've got 10% from having a three-piece Petrov, and I get 20% ammo capacity too. So that is the build. That is the build. Now I'm just gonna go and make it look pretty. Make it look pretty. Let's go to my. If you didn't know this, this is pretty cool. If you have the filter options, you can actually set them as favorite, so you don't have to filter through every single chest piece, every single backpack every time. So I'm gonna do that. What's a good one? I think I like this one. I like using this one a lot. Let's use that one. Oh, wrong one. And then let's take a look at what colors I got. Canary rose. Maybe it's pretty pink, but the yellow. I'm not sure about the yellow. Full rose. Yeah, let's do that. Oh, let's go Ivory Rose. Ivory Rose for the chest piece. Alright, backpack. Ivory Rose for the backpack. What's a nice backpack? Let's go with the Empress backpack. Holster. Holster's gonna be full rose. Let's see here. Full of rose. Alright, so this process, for those of you that have never done this before, is basically these are apparel mods, appearance mods, rather, and these came out somewhat recently. They've been around for a while at this point, but they're somewhat recent, and they really make your builds come together because you're putting a patchwork of all these different pieces together. It's really nice that you have the color be able to be a little more consistent. Those are fine. And gloves. Gloves. Can't forget to change the mods on the guns. Alrighty, this is the build. It's ready. Make sure I save my loadout. Go all the way to the bottom. I have the last slot perfect. Save. And we're going to call this the Alright, here we go. Build is ready to go. I am not going to test it because I am going to end the video here, leave you in suspense, and test it in the next video. Alright, guys, until next time, shoots.